Newsletter Al-Mawrid America. Criticisms. Under the auspices of the Ghamidi Center, a series titled Criticisms has been ongoing, where criticisms directed at Javed Ahmed Ghamidi from various quarters are collected and published on the institution's website. These criticisms have been compiled in the form of various writings, books, and videos. To date, approximately 220 diverse writings, books, and videos have been uploaded to the Ghamidi Center's website, including writings and videos in the fields of Sufism, theology, politics and economics, philosophy and science, epistemology and principles, jurisprudence and law, exegesis and hadith, and language and literature. Consensus. After a comprehensive discussion on all the fundamental issues and objections regarding what is hadith, in a 23 objections video series, a new discussion titled Consensus has begun. Last month, a session on this topic was held, discussing the literal and terminological meanings of consensus, its background, and its necessity. This recording can be viewed on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. Human Milk Bank and Nursing, Ghamidi's Position. This article by Syed Manzoor al-Hassan is derived from a dialogue between Hassan Ilyas and Javed Ahmed Ghamidi on the establishment of a human milk bank in Pakistan. The article discusses the fundamental question raised by scholars about whether the milk collected by such a bank, when fed to a child, would trigger the rulings of nursing and consequently render all women who provided milk as nursing mothers. In response, the author writes that a woman cannot attain the status of a nursing mother unless certain conditions are met. The child must be of nursing age, the woman must decide to nurse the child as a nursing mother, she must take the child in her arms for this purpose, and then she must start feeding the child directly from her breasts. Readers can view this article in last month's issue. Javed Ahmed Ghamidi's opinions on famous personalities. Javed Ahmed Ghamidi has expressed his views and impressions on numerous famous political, social, and scholarly figures of the Islamic world on various platforms. For the convenience of viewers, the Ghamidi Center has organized and broadcasted Javed Ahmed Ghamidi's opinions and impressions on these personalities separately on its YouTube channel, so interested individuals can easily learn about Javed Ahmed Ghamidi's views on any of these figures. Tafhim al-Athar Project. In the Tafhim al-Athar program, under the Ghamidi Center of Islamic Learning, USA, the following key points were discussed last month in the light of well-known hadiths. The companions are the best generation of the Ummah, my companions are a safeguard for my Ummah, the forgiveness of the companions of Badr and the companions of the tree, avoiding innovations and following the practices of the rightly guided caliphs, and the path of salvation in times of division is the one on which the companions are established. These programs can be viewed on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. Teaching of Meezan, in English. The teaching of Meezan, in English by Dr. Shahzad Salim continues. Each month, he records lectures on various topics from Meezan, in English. Last month, he recorded lectures on the following topics: punishment for slander, punishment for theft, philosophy of jihad, punishment for murder, and rights of Hajj. These lectures can be viewed on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. Ghamidi's weekly Q&A sessions. The Ghamidi Center hosts a weekly live Q&A session where Hassan Ilyas presents various questions received by the GCIL to Javed Ahmed Ghamidi, who then answers them. Last month, the questions discussed in these sessions included: what is the reality of Hadith Thaqalain? Can gelatin be used? What is the basis of the relationship with God? And Introduction to Imam Shatibi. The recordings of these Q&A sessions can be viewed on the institution's YouTube channel. Ghamidi Center's Online Conca. The Online Conca series continues under the auspices of the Ghamidi Center. This program is primarily focused on self-reformation, where Moiz Amjad discusses and answers questions related to the reformation training of the self. Last month, 4 sessions of this series were held, and their recordings can be viewed on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. The Flood of Machine Culture. In his article, Muhammad Zikwan Nadvi discusses the negative impacts of the current reliance on machine culture and modern technology on human emotions and abilities. He writes that the crisis of the current era is that machine culture has completely turned humans into mechanical animals. Citing various scientists and Western authors, he states that the endless evolution of artificial or machine intelligence and such heavy reliance on technology is depriving the new generation of skills like good writing and human relationships. This article can be read in the July 2024 issue of Ishraq, America. Lessons of Life series. Every month, Dr. Shahzad Salim records several short-duration lectures on social, moral, and religious topics under the title Lessons of Life series. In July 2024, the topics he discussed included aspects of improvement in illness, essential occupations, the power of the individual, a ray of light in darkness, and overcoming wounded ego. These lectures can be viewed on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. Issuance of fatwas based on religious opinions. People often contact the Ghamidi Center of Islamic Learning for legal applications of Sharia regarding issues like marriage and divorce, inheritance, and other economic and social aspects. Last month, 4 fatwas were issued for various needs of this nature, guided by Javed Ahmed Ghamidi and issued by Hassan Ilyas. Summary of the 23 Objections video series in English. In the 23 Objections video series, objections and criticisms directed at Javed Ahmed Ghamdi's thoughts by traditional religious circles are discussed. Dr. Shahzad Salim is summarizing all the topics discussed in this series in English. Last month, he summarized the topic, Return of Jesus, in the 23 Objection series. The recordings of these programs can be viewed on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. Ilmo-Hikmat, with Ghamidi. In the Ilmo-Hikmat, with Ghamidi programs last month, objections and questions raised by atheists about God were discussed. Furthermore, the reality and interpretation of the dream of Prophet Ibrahim were also clarified. Some key questions discussed in these programs were, how can a merciful and kind God afflict his servants with painful diseases? Is the test of deeds harder for prophets than for other people? And why did Allah command Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice Prophet Ismail in a dream? The recordings of these programs are available on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. Islam Study Circle. In July 2024, the topics discussed in the Islam Study Circle program included the Quran, Hadith, and the Bible. The titles of the discussions were, There is no compulsion in religion, Calamities erase sins, and Fear of God. Additionally, at the end of the session, there was a discussion on charity, and questions were answered. The recordings can be viewed on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. The incident of Maulana Islahi joining Jamaat-e Islami. In the episode of Hayat-e Amin published last month, Naeem Ahmed Baloch narrated the incident of Maulana Amin Ahsan Islahi joining Jamaat-e Islami. Describing the role of Maulana Manzoor Ahmed Nomani in this incident, he wrote that after the formation of Jamaat-e Islami, Maulana Manzoor Ahmed Nomani approached Maulana Islahi and invited him to join the Jamaat. Maulana Islahi refused. Despite Maulana Islahi's refusal, Maulana Manzoor Ahmed Nomani persisted and arranged a meeting with Maulana Maududi in Lahore. A few days later, when an official gathering was announced to form Jamaat-e Islami, Maulana Islahi was also invited, but he did not attend, and without his consent, his name was included among the members of Jamaat-e Islami. Weekly Durs-e-Quran and Hadith. In July 2024, under the auspices of the Ghamidi Center, Javed Ahmed Ghamdi's live sessions of Durs-e-Quran and Hadith covered verses 27 to 55 of Surah Al-Kahf. In the Durs-e-Hadith sessions, while discussing Allah's law regarding the punishment of the grave, questions were answered, such as whether placing green branches on the grave reduces the punishment and whether punishment in the grave occurs due to drops of urine. These sessions of Durs-e-Quran and Hadith can be viewed on the Ghamidi Center's YouTube channel. Teaching of Al-Bayan, in English. Shahzad Salim is teaching Javed Ahmed Ghamdi's exegesis of the Quran, Al-Bayan, in English. In the sessions held in July 2024, he discussed verses 45 to 103 of Surah Al-Imran. The recordings of these sessions are available on the Ghamdi Center's YouTube channel. How to criticize Javed Ahmed Ghamdi's thought. This article by Syed Manzoor Ul-Husn was written in response to a criticism. Manzoor explained that critics of Javed Ahmed Ghamdi's thought should consider the following. First, the scope of Javed Ahmed Ghamdi's thought is Islamic knowledge. This scope has its own background, tradition, arguments, facts, accepted principles, and terminologies. Critics must present their criticism within this scope. Second, Javed Ahmed Ghamdi's entire system of thought is documented in Al-Bayan, Meezan, and Maqamat. Therefore, critics have no justification to refer to anything other than the text to refute his thought. Third, understanding the critical work, research, and renewal that Ghamdi's thought has brought to the intellectual tradition of Islamic knowledge is essential. Ghamdi Center's online educational course. In July 2024, the Ghamdi Center published an educational course titled, What is the Reality of Jihad in Islam?, in English on its online learning platforms Udemy and Teachable. Dr. Shahzad Salim recorded the introduction and 10 video lectures for this course as the instructor. It is noteworthy that the videos for the Ghamdi Center's online courses are edited in a modern style to make them unique and interesting. This course is available at a very low price on the Ghamdi Center's Teachable website. Ask Dr. Shahzad Salim. This is a monthly live Q&A session where Dr. Shahzad Salim answers questions on various religious, moral, and social topics. In this session, people can ask their questions in both Urdu and English. Registration in Sunday School. The Sunday School, run by the Ghamdi Center, aims to nurture basic Islamic values in students in the light of the Quran and Sunnah. This school operates under the supervision of Dr. Shahzad Salim. The faculty members of this school are college and university students who are influenced by the Ghamdi Center and Al-Mawrid, and wish to contribute to their work. Registration for new students in the Sunday School began in July 2024. Shahzad Salim's online private consultation sessions. Shahzad Salim holds online private consultation sessions with people every month. In these sessions, people seek advice from Shahzad Salim on various personal and family matters. Last month, more than 30 sessions were held. In these sessions, people consulted Shahzad Salim regarding issues faced by parents and solutions to teenage and marital problems.